All right, we're gonna start working on a project that is actually relevant to getting stuff done here this spring. I got all new iron for this thing. The blades that are on it now, I got some bearings going out in there. Wore probably well beyond the 1/2 inch of normal tolerance that they give you. Well, I guess that tolerance kind of varies from manufacturer to manufacturer. I know on the planer I'm working on for my boss right now, Deere recommends a 1/2 inch of wear to replace them. And I was looking at, for my 6180 planer, and they give you an inch of wear before you replace them. So I guess I don't know how they determine what's tolerable wear, but either way, these just need replaced. They're getting to that point. So I got $1,100 worth of, actually I think without the discount it was like $1,200 worth of new colters for it. I was kind of surprised to see made in Spain. I'd rather see Spain than blades are made in Spain, bearings are made in Argentina. So probably NTN bearings. I know they've got a plant down there. Don't know who makes tillage parts in Spain, but better than made in China or India. So that's what I'm gonna work on here for today. I was hoping to have steel for my post. Actually, I was hoping to have steel for my post yesterday and it didn't show up, and I was hoping to have it today and it didn't show up. So hopefully I have it tomorrow, because I'd really like to just get the barn done and out of the way so that that's off the slate. But since we ain't got steel, we're gonna work on this. So the easiest thing to do for the work that I've had to do on this in the past is to just, there's one bolt here that holds the colters, or the colter, the whole colter base and everything onto lift arms. And then you can just take the whole thing right off the drill and work on it on the bench, which is handy because these caps are a booger to get off. You almost can't get them off while they're on the drill, so it's just one bolt and it's off, and you can work on it and have plenty of room. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't remember having to pull that cotter pin, but maybe I do have to. I don't think I did. Well, I guess I do. At least it would make life easier. The cotter pin there and the cross pin for the lift tube. That'll let the arm spread far enough. There we go. Okay. Like I say, a lot easier on the bench than on the drill. Okay, one of these is left-hand thread and one of them's right-hand thread. I can't remember which is which. Okay, so that one's right hand. And that one's left hand. Yeah, I dare say they wore a little bit. Now what I'm probably gonna have to do is take the grinder and possibly touch up these scrapers. Maybe. We shall see. Yeah, we're gonna have to touch them scrapers up. Truth be told, if I called with a part number, I might be able to come up with enough of these scrapers brand new to just replace them, but seeing as how I just spent $1,100 on colters for a $250 drill, I think we're gonna stop spending money on it for a minute. Suckers are harder than you give them credit for. Holy crap. Ended up just having to take them off and switch to a hard wheel on the grinder so I could actually cut the dang things. They're hard. Okay, try this again. Now I gotta remember which side I'm on. Well, still left-handed. And I might have to take these back apart and shim them. We shall see. Here in a second. Which I got a feeling just by this initial fitment, I might have to shim them. Well, maybe not. I guess the problem could arise. Yeah, gonna have to worry about shimming them. So that's decent, or that's good. But the problem could arise that inner front blade scraper might hook on the rivet head. This guy right here. Of course, I guess those rivets really aren't any more or any deeper than I'm almost wondering if this thing is actually supposed to be, I wonder if this is actually supposed to be straight and something got in there and hooked it and actually bent it around to that point. That would make more sense. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so after a little bit of investigating, if you can see it, that blade scraper right there in the front, the way it's shaped, the rivets can't actually get to the center of it where it's likely to, sorry, everything's shaking here, where it's likely to touch. So we're good there. And then I actually popped one of the blades off real quick and actually found that there was a shim underneath it. It was just rusted to the casting, and got that out. Now the blades actually come together and touch like they're supposed to, so good deal now. Just need to get the covers on, which hopefully they fixed them from the ones that I got with the colters that I put on the corn planter, because those things were atrocious. That's a lot better. Sweet. And the blade scrapers even still touch. Which these things, after looking at it, are actually adjustable. If you tighten that nut up, this bolt has a spring on it back in here, and if you draw that nut up, it'll put more spring tension on the bolt, and then push these toward the casting, and the way they're shaped, it will actually force them out against the colters, which right now they're pretty spot on, so I think we're going to call her good. Now this can prove to be the fun part. I wonder if that idiot knows that tires are too expensive to be doing dumb shit like that, and it doesn't make him cool. It was a nice truck though. It was an old square body Chevy. If you're gonna drive it like that, you don't deserve to own it. Fucking idiot. Okay, now I just need a new cotter pin and we're good to go. And it's basically just that process 17 more times, but dang, she's gonna look good with all new colters. Yes, I'm putting $1,200 worth of colters on an old 1950s drill that we paid $250 for, but I'd hate to think the number of acres of beans and wheat I've playing with this thing, and she don't owe me a dime, so I think she's earned right to have a little bit of love. Okay, we got 12 done, 6 rows worth, 11 rows to go. Yeah, you bugger. I might have to take that one back off. The dang. The center mud scraper up in here, I thought I had it. Apparently it decided to not to. So, really, I don't even know why they're there, because your colters are turning this way. So all the mud's gonna come through the back and be scraped off here. So I don't know why they even need to be there, but anyhow. Annoying. All the other ones have been good so far, though, so it's just that bend that one. There, we got it. I'm still gonna have to do something with it because it's just bouncing around in the field if it keeps bouncing over and locking that one blade up. But we'll fix that when I got some daylight. So, and when we go back at this, I'll show a few more colters worth so you can see what's been going on. Once you get the process down, it really doesn't take that long. So, but I'm gonna get my mess cleaned up and call her a night. So I guess we'll come back to you when I jump back on this project, which I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or 3 days from now. It depends on if my steel shows up like I hope it will, because I really want to get the barn finished up. So we'll return to this when we return to it. Alright, I've been working ahead a little bit. When I got here, Dad had the bench and everything in the shop all tied up, so I didn't really have a good spot to put the camera. But he's finished up now, so I went back and, which one was it, number 5, whichever one it was hanging up last night still. I went back and got that fixed. That front blade scraper was like bent kind of off to one side, so it was kicking out. So I don't know if it did it while I was putting it together, because I don't remember it doing that. I don't remember it being like that when I took it apart, but anyhow, it's fixed. Hopefully they don't all hang up while for the first time I go to use it. We'll find out. I ran into that problem once when I rebladed the 540. That takes these same colters, and I don't know why the new colters, they have the nubs of the rivets so dang thick on that back side there. But I had to grind the rivets off and peen them over flatter because when I put them on the 540, the rivets were actually, the hub on the hole is in is actually bigger on the 540, and when you tightened everything up, the rivets actually ran into the shoe, or the shank casting, and locked the colter up. So but I didn't really like doing that because you had to take so much meat off of the rivets to get them to clear, that at that point, did you weaken anything by taking that much meat off and repainting them? So I prefer to not do that on these if I didn't have to. So far, everything seems to be all right. Time will tell. I've also determined, near as I can tell looking in the picture, these blade scrapers are kind of supposed to be like that-ish. There's not a whole lot of meat. Where'd I put my rag? There's not a whole lot of meat to them. So my guess is the first time something significant gets in there and gets bound up, they're going to bend right back the way they were, but I'll straighten them back out for the time being. Spend your whole life learning righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and then they throw a left-hander in you and your brain can't conceive the... I can't conceive the concept of it. And I have been having to, apparently that first one, the shims did, the very first one I did that I showed you, the shims didn't fall off with the colter, and it shimmed out right, or the casting was just right dead nuts on, either way. But for the most part, they've been taking one shim per side. For some reason, some of the left-handed, or some of the left-handers have been taking 2 and 3. Because the angle hasn't been right, and I've had to shim it to keep it from rubbing the casting here. And it looks like this might be one of them. It's missing. But this is kind of contrary to when I did it on, or when I put new fertilizer openers on the 6180 last spring. Because those didn't take any shims whatsoever. Interesting. And back we go. And one more done. And there we go. 34 brand new colters. Probably should have done that a long time ago, but honestly, I didn't figure I'd be running this drill this long. Honestly, I would have liked to have gotten a different drill, or gotten my hand damn it. Would have liked to have gotten my hands on something newer for this season, but A, I couldn't find one that I liked, and B, I'm trying to not spend a whole crap ton of money after putting that barn up last summer, so let everything recuperate from that major hemorrhage of cash. But while I was doing the colters, I noticed I got several lift tubes that are cracking. That one there. Where's the other? There was 3 of them. There's that one. There's this one. There was one more over here. Where'd it go? Oh, this one right here is cracking. So I got at least 3. So those will have to be addressed, and I'll just fix them the same way I did this. A 1/2-inch washer welded over the top takes care of it. I had some spare ones, at least I thought I did. Come to find out, the high wheel drill and the low wheel drill use different sized tubes, so the ones that I got, the drill I took them off of had no wheels on it, so I had no way of knowing. But apparently the drill that I grabbed them off of was a low wheel, and so they're too long. But we're not going to address that tonight because that's going down a rabbit hole. And with the daylight I got left, I should have enough time to convert or switch this thing back over to the bean sprocket, low speed. So I need my chain breaker, I need a 9/16 wrench, and a 7/16 wrench and a 7/16 socket ratchet. Alright, we're back down in low gear for drilling beans, so I think with that I'm going to call it a night. I've only got about 15 minutes of daylight left according to the sunset timer. So, but all I should have to do is put my block off plates in and fix those broken lift tubes. And as far as I know, short of something messing up that I'm unaware of, the drill should be pretty much ready to go. So I might just go ahead and bite the bullet and, well, still waiting on steel for the post. Supposed to be here today, and obviously it wasn't because I'm working on this. So at this point, for what I got left to do, I might as well just finish this up tomorrow afternoon, so get it out of the way. So anyhow, I guess that's it for, well, no, we'll catch you tomorrow. That's what we're going for. Okay, should be able to finish this thing up today. Like we said when I left off yesterday, all I got left to do, is that one loose? Why is that out of position? Okay, so that needs adjusted. Is that, oh, it is loose. Okay, so that needs tightened up. Like, why has it been walking on the shaft? Don't know why it's loose. U-bolt not broke, but anyway, got to fix these lift tubes. So the easiest thing to do to fix these is to just, because these springs have they're in the max tension position right now, and there's no real good way to get a hold of them to pull the spring out to get the cotter pin out to release the spring tension. So the easiest thing to do is to just undo the U-bolt, take the pin out, and take this whole thing off, so I can put it in the press and use the press to compress the spring. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all, so that one, where's the other one? That one, and that really goobered up one right there. So I'm gonna I'll pop all three of these off and we'll meet you down at the press. Okay, like I said, this just makes it a whole lot easier. You don't even need to use the press. You just use the winch and the table. If there was an easier way to get a hold of the spring, you could do it right there, but there's no decent way to get a hold of the spring. I guess I could actually point you in the right direction, huh? Okay, and we can just leave all that stuff here because what we're doing, all we need is the tubes. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is just get rid of, give me a pair of pliers, get rid of that busted up flange. Guess those work. And don't necessarily want to make the tube any shorter, so don't really want to go in and underneath it and cut it. I mean, you'd probably lose a 1/16 of an inch. It probably wouldn't be that big of a deal, but try to avoid that. So the easiest thing to do is just take the grinder and just grind off radially so that you're not actually shortening the tube. And those are all taken care of, so I will go get them put back together and we can put them back on the drill, and that will be done, in theory. Alrighty, I got all my runs switched over to the big side for beans. I got all my block off plates in, so we're back on, well, for this drill, 14-inch centers. It's a 7-inch drill, not a 7.5-inch drill. These are all back together. It's in low gear. Colters are done. Think. Oh, I'm gonna check tire pressure real quick. Although I never really know what to put in these things for pressure, because obviously the book's going to give a spec, but the book refers to implement tires, and these truck tires are so damn heavy sidewalled that they'll probably dang near hold the drill up loaded with no air in them. So I basically just I just kind of wing it, whatever looks right. Like I said, those tires are so heavy a sidewall, both tires had 5 pounds air in them, and they looked like they were clear full. So ran them up to 20, didn't really change a whole lot. And anybody that was around when I was planting or drilling wheat last fall remembers that I was having issues with the clutch slipping. When I planted the last little 2-acre piece down the road here, at the very end I put this washer in here to shim up that spring and get a little bit more tension on it. That seemed to take care of the problem. Now the problem probably wouldn't really rear its head drilling beans because it's in low gear, so you got less torque going through the drive line. It probably would have been fine. Really probably only showed up drilling wheat because we were in high gear, more torque load on the drive line. So but either way, that seemed to solve the problem. So that should be it, other than obviously doing a calibration run when the seed shows up. So that looks so much better with all new blades on it. It's gonna be nice. So I guess that takes care of this job before the weather takes a crap. We got tonight and tomorrow is supposed to be pretty nasty, and then the weekend's supposed to be kind of decent, but it's just supposed to be cold. So probably a good thing I ended up getting this done here at the beginning of the week when the weather was on our side, rather than waiting and Not that I could have worked on anything else anyhow, because I'm still waiting on steel for the barn, but that should be here pretty sure. They're pretty confident tomorrow. So hopefully we can get the barn finished up once and for, well, not once and for all, but this stage of the project done for the season or this weekend would be really nice. So tomorrow I'm going to run the injection pump for the 50 for the 55 down to Crown Point, and this weekend we'll work on the barn. So I guess with that being said, that's it for this one, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.